Hi, guys. Let's invite some people. Let's make them come in here and celebrate with us. Um, let's see. Oh, we got to talk about Big Sant's album that he's dropping. I don't know what is really going on and why they fucking with me. Sis, what's happening?
I'm cool, another day in the quarantine.
Not just any day.
No, not just any day at all. It's your motherfucking
It's my
birthday.
motherfucking birthday in this house.
Y'all make sure y'all wish Boogie a happy birthday. And if you tuned in with us live,
Thank you, guys. I've
y'all
been
can
getting
go
loved
ahead.
on since midnight. I went to sleep and I woke up to mad like Facebook posts and shit. I felt very loved, and they have just been steadily coming in. Cash App rang off a few times today. Shouts to the family. Thank you, Mega. Shouts to the people that loved on me and allowed the good sis
Oh,
Pico to go to
hold on.
daycare for the day so that I could have peace in my household on my birthday
Nice.
because I love it dearly.
Good folks. Good folks.
Who think? Big side, who think? Oh, he's so funny. Yo, I know that's like a little out of format, but shout to Big Sign, aka and Big Sign, aka Big Sign and Red Coat the Poet, aka Two Player. You gotta say
Two
it like that. You can't
players.
say two player. You gotta say two player. They have a new project dropping on Friday. It's
Hey.
called Retro South. I got to listen to it a little early yesterday. It's fucking banging.
Mm.
There was one song they played. I'm blanking on the title, but I was like, that's literally going to be all my captions all summer.
What?
It was called Rufus. That's what it is. They played Rufus, and I was like, yeah, that's all my captions for the summer.
Wow.
So y'all make sure y'all check for that. And then they're going to do another listening party with the fans on Friday. So go follow at two player, like the number two and the word player, and then you can find a link in their bio to their listening event. I don't know why my phone, my iPhone that is hating on me participating in this live that we're doing on IG. Anyway, welcome friends to another episode of the Chopping Block podcast. Oh, I'm sorry, the Instagram is at we two player. At we we 2 player. But anyway, welcome friends to episode 4 of season 2 of the Chopping Block podcast. And this episode is called But I Thought Y'all Wanted the Latinas to Never Mind. Because Danny Lay, who insists on doing things that she doesn't need to do because she's dope, like she's talented and she's pretty. So she doesn't need gimmicks to sell her music, I don't think. But she insists on doing shit. And let me break this all the way down for y'all because it took me a very, very short time to ascertain where the mistake was made. But here's what happened. Danny Lay set out to do a diss song about the baby's baby mama, allegedly. Rather than just be like, hey Keisha, he don't fuck with you no more. She named the song A Red Bone is What He Wants, or something like that, right? A yellow bone, excuse me, a yellow bone is what he wants. Of course, people got upset because,
Of
you
course.
know, it seems colorist. Now, in the only bit of defense that I have for her, she wasn't comparing herself to anybody else's skin tone. She wasn't saying that she was better than anything else or anybody else. She was just in very Florida language attesting to the fact that her very country South Carolina man said that he wanted a yellow bone. People got mad.
And that's
People got
something that
mad.
happens.
And Danny Lay either did not check with her publicist or has a publicist that calls themselves a PR and wants to be famous, or checked with the publicist and didn't do what the publicist wanted her to do, released a statement. I logged off of the statement when she got to the part where she said, "But I hear brown skin and dark skinned women, um, what did she say? Flaunt their skin in music all the time. So why can't I?" I logged off.
So
I was
yeah,
gone.
I can't take that trip with you, Danny.
I can't take it with
Um,
you. You could have
I
just shut up. Had you just shut up, I would have been with you.
so I need more people to be Beyonce and just not partake.
Just don't partake.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Listen, as a celebrity or as somebody who's celebrity adjacent, there are certain conversations that are not going to go well for you.
They won't.
So why even
If you have more than 1,000 followers on any given platform, it's some shit you just gotta leave alone.
don't partake?
Don't do it.
Because you can't please everybody, right? Somebody's always going to be upset about something. And here's the thing, right? We're all triggered by certain things, life experiences, things our friends have gone through, and I'm not here to discount anybody's experiences.
Right.
But
Me
I'm
either.
also not going to validate everybody's experiences because I think a lot of what we complain about is bullshit. With
I
that
agree.
being said, you still have the right to be upset about whatever. What you don't have the right to do is to put everything that you don't like onto celebrities because they're famous.
Right.
But now on the other side, as a celebrity, remember they used to have media training and people actually told these celebrities to not engage. But now in this generation, every time something happens, somebody wants to engage.
And see, this used to be my issue with Cardi at one point. Like when Cardi first got super famous, sis, stop answering them. Stop reading the comments. You don't have to react to everything. Like, leave it
And
alone.
she got better at it.
She
Because
definitely got better at it.
she
Like,
used
you
to
don't
be
hear it at all
horrible.
now, almost.
She used to respond to everything.
Every comment.
But once again, Danny, you don't have to respond. This is not about who's right, who's wrong. This is about your right to keep your mouth shut.
Just shut the fuck up.
Okay? Because the most ignorant comment I saw was somebody saying that she spoke in black scent.
And if you follow Danny Lay, you would know that that's how she
Danny
talks.
Lay is the same goddamn person she been since she been that person. Half of these
Let me
folks
t-
aren't.
let's take it back a step further. When she first came out, if nobody would have told me that she wasn't just a light skinned black girl, I just would
You
have
wouldn't
never
have known,
known.
right? No, nobody would have. But see, once again, it's not even about that. It's about her being famous. It's about other people's trauma, and I get it. As a dark skinned male who has a light skinned daddy who I can't stand, light skinned brothers,
That
you
he had to
know,
get all that heat
but I'm just
on
saying,
this
yeah,
random Wednesday.
yeah, fuck that nigga. But anyway, I could very well be on that woe is me train.
Right.
And I understand where it comes from because we know colorism is a real thing, but
It's
that's
a
from
real
a white
thing.
supremacy standpoint, right? You telling me Danny Lee's a white supremacist, or that she's perpetuating that? If you feel that way, I get it, but we got bigger things to worry about.
We have bigger things to worry about right here in that the fact that the song is trash first and foremost. Like, why are
I
we
didn't
not
hear
talking
the
about
song.
that? The song ain't even good.
It's not even a good song.
Sis decided that she was going to fully disregard whatever beat was given to her.
Oh
And I
no!
am very curious about this new trend
And I'm a
that
Danny
sounds like
Lee
you listened to the
fan.
beat and you wrote to the beat, but you didn't record your vocals while listening to said beat.
No, no.
And you didn't hire an engineer who could line them shits up for you.
Oh,
Because that's a thing that they can do.
nudge, nudge,
It's not hard. I know how to
nudge.
do it. I know how to do it.
You know
Hire
what?
me.
So, thankfully, this will all blow over, and we'll move on to the next controversy. And Danny
For
Lee will
sure.
get another chance
I think
to shut the
we
fuck
might
up.
almost be there already.
So, Danny, we hope that you learn your lesson and not do not engage.
I just really want her to just go and find another hit record. She only needs like two more. Like Lil Baby still
Shout out
goes.
to my brother Ism.
I
Little
just listened to
baby.
I was listening to Little Baby earlier today. Like
Hmm.
it still goes.
Danny, call Ism. He's got more of those. Trust
There
me.
you go.
He's got more of those beats.
Speaking of which, Mulatto has confirmed that she's changing her stage name.
Okay. Once again, see, listen, what we live in 2021. We know things trigger people in different ways. I'm not going to speak on what I would have done or what I think she should do, but I completely understand it,
Her
especially
changing her
from
name.
a yeah, absolutely, I get it.
Let me let y'all know what media coaching sounds like. Her statement in an interview was, you might know your intentions, but these are strangers who don't know you, never even met you in person.
See,
So you got to hear each other out, and if you know that those aren't your intentions and that's how it's being perceived, it's like, why not make a change or alter it?
absolutely,
For me
we
it was the name. So now I'm like, okay, my intention was never to glorify being mulatto. So if
right,
that's how it's being perceived and people think I'm saying, oh, I'm better because I'm mulatto or my personality trait is mulatto, then I need to change the matter at hand. Do you see what management and fucking a publicist, a real life publicist, can?
now. Also, listen, I need people, and the diaspora, the diaspora, the diaspora. This is where I always love to talk about the fact that being black is not a monolith, and that we all have these different experiences. There's things that fly in San Francisco that don't fly in Albuquerque. There are things that fly in New York that don't fly in Charleston. There are things that fly in Atlanta that don't fly in Miami. There are things that fly in LA that don't fly in Maine or Houston or Dallas.
Right.
And that's cool.
Miami is
We
the
gotta
only
be
place
able
on earth where black people and some Latinos will call a Cuban or Puerto Rican guy a Chico. I've never heard that anywhere else.
yeah, facts. You know. And so once we discover each other culturally, we have these discussions and we figure out what we want to do. And she chose nonviolence. And I get it.
She shows non-violence. I and it's she made a statement about how big of a deal that is because it's social media handles. It's also all of the investors and the label. It's a lot of things that have to go back and be changed. And I don't know if they're going to retroactively change things or whatever. I just assumed that she was going to just go by Big Lotto
I think she's gonna go by yeah, big lotto something.
because
She's
I saw that coming up a lot lately.
so
So
do we know the new name?
no, she hasn't announced the actual name.
Okay.
She said that it's not just going to be a play on her real name, and she said it's going to happen sometime in 2021.
Okay. Well, shout to her once
Shouts to
again.
her. I like her. I'm not even gonna front. I enjoy her as a rapper.
And
Speaking
she's
of
young
which,
enough. She's young enough to pull this off right now.
absolutely. Speaking of which, if you listen to my BoFum playlist when I dropped it, I said I was gonna do it every month, and I didn't. But I am going to go ahead and drop a update to that probably Monday. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I wanted to do it today because today was Wednesday. And so I wanted to do it for my birthday. Maybe next one. Let's say Wednesday, since it's a Wednesday thing, in WCW or whatever. I wanted to do it today for my birthday. But last night I had a cookie and wine at 11 o'clock, and honestly, my friend, my homegirl Sherelle, had to force me to stay awake to 12. Your good sis is getting old, or washed. Either way, I've been in the house. I wanted to update everybody real quick on Bobby Wine. We talked about Bobby Wine last week, who is
Yes, we
a
did.
Ugandan musician turned politician who ran for office and possibly won his election. But then had the Ugandan security forces basically trap him and his wife and his niece inside of their homes. Like there were armed people outside of his house that would not let him leave his house. And those people left finally on actually yesterday. Um, yeah, and then he received people on Tuesday as well, including 61 of the newly elected legislators under the National Unity Platform that he's the head of. So National, international outrage and people speaking up. That shit does actually work, and it worked in the favor of Bobby Wine. Now, obviously, they're not reversing the election that was rigged in the favor of longtime President Yoweri Museveni, but at least it's not a whole bunch of people keeping him locked inside his house.
That's a fact. Absolutely a fact.
Many
Hopefully,
blessings to
hopefully,
him.
you know, justice can be served. Bobby can get a fair election, and the country can move forward. He's a very
Yes,
popular figure there, and people want change. So hopefully, we'll get that done. But keep spreading their name for the folks at home.
yes,
Circulate the information. It's a lot going on in other places around the world. We're not always aware, but once you become aware, it is our job to try to bring more awareness so these things don't continue to happen.
absolutely. So, let me also say that, like, the things that happen here are inspiring people everywhere else too. You know what I mean? It's not just like it's an ongoing thing, and that's why you should stay aware of the things that are going on. We had our own uh revolt of sorts over the summer last year. Now that the elections are over and the crazy person is out, like, I just kind of want to bring that back to the forefront and remind people that nothing's changed. Our attention was just focused elsewhere, but I bet you if we search right now, we wouldn't have to search too long or too hard to find a person that died at the hand of a police officer in the last 6 weeks. Um, but then we saw what's happening in Nigeria. Now we see what's happened in Uganda. I know that there are people trying to affect change in the way that elections work in Haiti, just because they were inspired by the way that Georgia was able to turn blue. Like, it's all happening, and it all has to happen, because if one place changes and nowhere else does, like, the shit doesn't even matter.
Right.
So, as we prepare to be locked back in the house, because y'all know that's coming. um y'all know that's coming. Just keep these things at the forefront of your mind. But shouts to Bobby Wine, fighting the good fight for people. um Headlines we did not think we would be seeing: Trey Songz arrested following violent altercation with police officer during Kansas City Chiefs game. All those words are real words. Their combination does not make sense.
Interesting.
But Trey
Trey Songz,
Songz
what
was
was
at
you
a
doing at
Kansas
that
City
game?
Chiefs game because,
You
in
ain't from
case you're like
Kansas.
me, you do there's that, and you didn't realize it. There's actually, like, we're in the middle of the playoffs,
Yes.
NFL playoffs. Well, no, the playoffs are done.
Yep. Super Bowl time now.
Super Bowl time, and it's gonna be the Bucks and the Chiefs.
Yes. Tampa Bay Bucks and Tom Brady versus Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes.
I did sports, guys. Um. So yeah. So Trey Songz went to the Chiefs game against whomever they were playing.
The Buffalo
Apparent
Bills.
the Bills. Apparently, according to eyewitnesses or whatever, Trey Songz was being heckled by some fans. A police officer showed up. For whatever reason, the police officer decided that Trey Songz was the problem in the situation. So I
So
said, trigger,
let me
trigger.
explain something. Do y'all know where Trey Songz is from? He's from Ghost Town. He's from Petersburg, Virginia. He is about that shit. Don't fuck with Trey Songz, bro.
So for whatever reason, he was taken into custody. So yeah, so when the cops showed up and the two of them were tussling, then when the backup cop showed up, people were like, arrest the cop. Of course, they didn't arrest the cop. Trey Songz was arrested and charged with trespassing. I don't know how you're trespassing at a whole football stadium, being a whole rich ass nigga that I can't imagine scalp tickets, but he was trespassing, resisting arrest, and assaulting a police officer. That's what he was charged with.
The Daily Double with the police special. They always hit
Pretty
you with all those
special.
charges.
So yeah, Trey Songz. That's how he's. That's the energy that he brought into 2021. This week in Clubhouse Chronicles, Clubhouse has
Clubhouse.
now been valued at $1 billion. It's pulling in mad investors. Um, People want to believe that it's because Black people have just raised the value of Clubhouse, and that may or may not be true. What do you think?
So I read the article, and I could clearly tell you that they mentioned some of the things that um, were started in my late nights and early mornings club, like shot for shot.
Which
Um,
article?
I believe it was Rolling Stone or Billboard, one
Oh,
of the
so tell
biggest.
me about this.
So they were just talking about a lot of the things that um, have been happening on the app. Plays and the different type of functions that have been taking place,
Mm-hmm.
um, and a lot of it is our culture. But still, we go anywhere and make it cool. You know what I'm
That we
saying?
do.
So it's really up to us to figure out how to leverage that cool. Um, and is here's I think this is the real problem. The problem is that a collective thing or is that individuals doing it here and there? Because there are individuals who are killing it off of that app. There are Black folks who are coming up. There are people who are bettering their station sitting on Clubhouse. Also, a bunch of people just sitting around, fucking around. And
Sitting around, fucking around.
that's pretty much every social media app right now, right? But Clubhouse is the newest thing. They're also Clubhouse. They do the town halls. They listen to the complaints. They listen to people talk about equity. So you'll hear Paul and Rohan now. They're talking about diversity and all the people that they're having on their investor team. And they're trying to come up with creator tools that will help us monetize the app.
Right.
So it's gonna be whatever it is we do with it. What I would say to everybody on the app is, figure out what it is that you're there for. Coalesce with your homies. We got groups, we have clubs, we have all these ways to go on the app and make money. I know, Bounce House, we got Bounce Game, we have Bounce House, we go on there, we link with other creatives, we got our business off the ground based on a lot of our clubhouse audience. So, you got to do your thing. My problem is it's a lot of people just complaining as if something is owed to them. These are private spaces. These are private spaces. Somebody else built this app. It's like going to somebody's house dancing and being like, yo, I made your house cool.
Right.
So it's a give and take. But hopefully, like I said, we learn how to leverage our cool because we do have power. We absolutely have power. We just got to figure that out.
Absolutely. And I know of at least two Black creators that are creating similar, or that have created similar apps to Clubhouse. Now, in its defense, maybe Clubhouse was valued at $100 million in May. In May, you couldn't even download the app off of the App Store.
No, we still can't. Well, not without an invite.
No, you can't log in without an invite, but
Oh
you can
yeah,
just go and kind of
right. Yeah, back
download
then
it.
you couldn't even download it. Yeah,
Back then, you couldn't even download the
but
app.
you know what it
So
is? It's been their ability to scale,
it's been what?
right? It's their ability to scale with
Yeah,
a snap of a finger. And how do they do that? They just give us invites.
that's it.
This shit's genius.
And
Like,
and here's the thing, like honestly and truthfully, like we might be the loudest voices on there, but like we're obviously not the only ones.
no.
We're obviously not.
But
So in
the
any
value is
case,
based on how many users they can bring on, which is why they got their new round of funding and they're going for an Android app because the app, just like Instagram, can't really be used until you have Android on it. So
right.
once that happens,
I'll be somewhere else.
that's when the big bucks are going to come.
I'll be
Um,
elsewhere.
so that's the nature of the beast. We know it. We've seen it before. We got to get what we can out of this. I know there was another app that was supposed to be coming called the Cookout. Unfortunately, we have not seen that come to fruition yet.
Twitter has their app also.
Spaces. I'm
Yeah.
not fucking with Twitter.
You're not fucking with Twitter?
I mean, I heard it was decent, but I'm good.
Or you're not fucking with Spaces?
Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were
I
saying like
fuck
you're
with
not
Twitter.
fucking with Twitter at
Yeah, I'm
all.
not fucking with Twitter.
I know Isaac Hayes the third has an app called Fanbase. I haven't looked into it. Too tough.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Um
I might have to
and
check that out.
then I'm also going to be working with a new app called Breaker Nation, which Breaker Nation primarily their purpose is to give artists the opportunity of all genres the opportunity to have access to their fans to kind of do market research on their music so that they can put the music out there early and let fans review it and the fans kind of get points based on their reviews, the reviews that they do, and that they can turn those points into some rewards they can purchase or whatever. But it also gives industry professionals the opportunity to set a price to review music as well. And so you as an artist can go in or whatever your budget might be, whether it's $20, $10, whatever, and kind of get it out there and get people to actually give you genuine feedback to it and to listen to it and so on and so forth. And Breaker Nation is also going to be to incorporate a live audio feature similar to um, Clubhouse, but with the level of gatekeeping and real moderation that a lot of us have complained about, meaning making sure that the people who are talking about certain topics actually know what the fuck they're talking about. Don't come in here trying to teach me how to make a million and you're sitting with a whopping four figures in your bank account.
I was in the millionaire room earlier.
Was it led by actual millionaires? I've been in a couple of investment fund rooms that were led by people with money and people
No,
who
no,
have
no.
gotten
The
money.
the, the homies in there were, one of the guys, a black dude. Um, no, he had some paper. I
Okay.
haven't seen his financial statements, but he was a legit investment guy.
Okay.
There are, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are tons of, because this is how the app started. The app started with, the tech people and the VC people and, the people in the financial world. So we know they're there. It's not like, they was just capping from the beginning.
Right.
So you have the opportunity. You just got to vet the person who you're listening to because there's
Vet the people. So
clearly a lot of
we'll
scams.
be doing that vetting for y'all. Also we'll be, kind of giving moderators a better ability to control the flow of conversation coming from the audience and things like that. So I'm excited for it. I don't want to talk too much because it's a job that I'm still not all the way officially on, and two, it's an app that's still in development. In the meantime, one Percy Miller wants more black men and women elevated to millionaire and billionaire status because clearly that's what he's been doing his whole career. And he was upset to find out that Clubhouse had a valuation of $1 billion. He said, I keep telling people we go on Clubhouse, we making another one of them a billionaire. And we just did it just for Clubhouse. We need to create stuff like that where we control the narrative and we're able to put the money back in our community and in our culture. Again, I know of two people with apps like that don't have a check from Percy Miller. He added, if one of us did that, we would be saying, nah, I don't think that's gonna work. Why would you call it Clubhouse? It's not a club.
So
We
why
come
is
up
it?
with all different types of excuses. Nobody cared. We all went to Clubhouse and blew this up. This guy went to the bank, got whatever he wanted. He's gonna take that company public. We're
What
not thinking
guy?
that like
It's
that. Again, I'm not gonna read the rest. He did a whole rant. It's on academics posted it on Instagram. Um, yeah,
ignorance.
I just really but you've had the ability to do this for years. You could have yourself, Percy Miller, put up a very small amount of money. It wouldn't even took that
He
much
could have, but he
to
didn't. So
do a like my whole girl who started this app, who started Breaker Nation. Like she went through a couple of different incubator programs where there's some money at the end for your app, but they're gonna run you through some of the shit that you have to know in order to get this app up and going. You could do that.
yep.
You selling rap snacks, which Let me just say this. One of the guy who created Rap Snacks um was on what's that shit called? Was on Clubhouse one night, and he was talking about the fact that, like, it's really important. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. He was talking about how, when you go into any given grocery store, you can find like Latino foods in one particular area or international foods in one particular area, and that there aren't a lot of black snack companies, right, or things that are based on our culture. And it would be really great if there were more people in that space with them, and the ability to have like our own little section or whatever what have you. So I'm
Question.
not gonna say, hold on. I'm just saying that I'm not gonna say, like I said about P, that he's doing snacks. I just wanted to clarify that it's not like snacks are not needed and different kinds of companies are not needed. My point is just that he didn't do it. Bottom line, he's not over here being funding tech companies.
Yeah, so shout out to Chameleonaire and Nas. Um, I mean, once again, people take to their social media to complain about shit. He hasn't really done his homework. Um, and he literally is in position to do better, or to at least help someone else do better. And he's not. So, I mean, once again, celebrity outrage. Who gives a fuck what Masterpiece has to say? Um, in all honesty, I just need people to be solutionaries. That's what it is.
Mm.
That's what it's about. It's about what are we actually doing to create the environment that we want. Instead of complaining about somebody else's environment, find a young black kid who can create that next thing, or who's working on the next thing already, or put money into the cookout. We've seen the Bobby dude was all over the app. Everybody knew what he was working on.
So
You
that so
know,
that's black owned.
yeah, it was called the
Okay.
cookout. I don't know what happened to it, but we were just talking about it today. But it was supposed to be, you know, our version of the app. I got my issue with that, but that's neither here nor there. If you don't like something, fix the problem, solve it, be a part of the solution. Something. Just complaining and bitching and making Instagram posts or whatever, especially when you are a gamillionaire,
When you could change the things you're complaining about,
is wild.
you can actually change the things
But
that you're
here's the
complaining
thing:
about.
that's why people don't take us seriously. What's the solution?
Did you put us in
I
quotation
did.
marks?
I did. Just like
That's so funny that you say
our
that because,
foods,
huh?
our foods.
Our foods. I didn't know that there were black snacks,
All
but
right,
there are black snacks.
I'm gonna head out.
There are black snacks. Anyway, guys, let's continue on here.
Mm.
It's so lovely to not be talking about politics. Not that I mind talking about politics, but it's just so great that politics are not like the biggest, most
They're out
annoying
there.
thing
They
happening.
happen. They exist.
So there was a versus, and it was a versus Ashanti versus Keisha Cole.
Keisha
Started
Cole
2 hours
was
late.
Keisha Cole's a little late.
A little late. People were like, "Oh my God, Keisha Cole showed up late and then had an attitude," and I was like, "What part of that is not on brand? Is that
Facts.
not on brand for Keish?" Uh,
She came in hot.
she had an attitude for real.
Yeah, she was upset about her outfit. She's upset about being late. So I'm going to assume that there was a story behind why she was late. And then, she was just like, let's go ahead and start this shit before I change my mind. Like, she said some wild shit. Ashanti kept it cool.
As she would.
And they were chilling. They made it through. So
So it's 2 rounds of solo songs before we got the features. No, three, four, four. I don't know. I ain't watch it, y'all. To be honest, all I know is that
I did.
Keisha Cole brought out OT Genesis,
OT Genesis, she did, yes, and I
and
watched
was
it. Um, you
and the
know,
internet told me that OT Genesis won.
Ashanti won. Um, but it was cool.
Did you enjoy it?
Um, I did, I did. Keisha played a lot of records I forgot. Not a
I
lot,
thought
but
both of them would do that. I felt like both of them definitely had records, and we had just all kind of collectively
Ashanti's
forgotten.
got a Ashanti's got a lot of material. Um, she doesn't necessarily.
Whew.
So she didn't play like all the hits right away. She kind of waited till the second half and really like started letting it go. She
Okay.
played some joints that I mean, I'm be honest, like that was a great time of music. Murder Inc. Down,
Yes.
down ass chick and all that stuff. Like, you know, so yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool. It was. If you're of a certain age, you enjoyed yourself because it was your childhood.
Right. So interestingly enough, Ja Rule was in some old nigga rap room on Clubhouse. I didn't want to call it that. You saw me try to hold it
Yeah, I
back.
saw him in there.
It's my birthday though. I'm gonna say whatever I want. Um, Ja Rule was in a room, and he was asked if there was an opportunity. He was asked by Nori actually if there was a possibility that he and Fifth would do a versus, and it was a hard pass across the board. Ja was like no, and then Mr. C came in like no, no, no. He really means no.
He really meant no, like no, like super no. And they just kept asking him. He was like, nah. Mac was asking him. He was like, nah, I'm good.
It doesn't need to happen. It's okay. It's fine. Well, y'all need to have a conversation. No, no, no. We've been in the same room. It's fine. But no, this doesn't need to happen. Then we heard that there's a possibility that they're going to do a big versus Pac, and I'm going to head out.
I'm with you. Let's go.
Like, that's where, no, it's just not where we're going with
On to
life.
the next thing.
So what do you like? Do you feel like they need a break? Do you feel like they need to continue? Do you feel like, what do you feel like needs to happen
So they
next for
started.
them?
They started the Pro Bowl versus.
And what is that
Right.
exactly? Have we figured out what that is yet?
So what I saw was they had two players, and they were like
Two play. Sorry.
going through footage.
Okay. Oh.
Um,
Hey, I'm sorry. Football footage?
so it was Justin Jefferson and another wide receiver, another like I believe younger wide receiver, and they were like going through their highlights. So it was like a highlight battle, and it's not really like. So I think it was like they had Deion Sanders, they had Maurice Jones-Drew, and somebody else like kind of judging the whole thing. So it's just kind of like it's a football theme thing that happens to say versus. So yeah, maybe they're
Okay.
starting off slow with like people nobody knows. Maybe it'll ramp up once it gets to like a little more popular older players or whatever. I don't know.
Sure. Sure thing. Um, Before we get to albums, let's talk about a couple songs that dropped. One is a song that actually dropped a while back, but the video for it dropped this week, and also it started to take off on like TikTok and Instagram because Kamala Harris, excuse me, Vice President Harris's niece, Mina, is Mina her niece? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Okay. So Mina made a video of Vice President Harris like getting into work, and she did it to the tune of Young Baby Tate's song "I Am" featuring Flo Milli. Um, that song is my new morning affirmation. It's fucking amazing. It really is an affirmation, audio affirmation. Then I was scrolling through IG and I saw my homegirl from Pretty Girl Sweat She posted a video using it, so I'm really hoping that this is a song that kind of blows up for the two of them, because it also, for all the people that are swearing that these girls don't know how to talk about nothing else but sex, here's a whole song where nobody's talking about sex, getting flued out, or none of that. And a song that ends with the phrase, "Look in the mirror, tell yourself all the things you need to hear." I enjoyed. I want y'all to go check it out. It's called "I Am" by Young Baby Tate. We also got a song by Rich the Kid called "Nasty," also featuring Flo Milli.
Millie's hot right now.
Flo Milli is hot right now. Yo, how crazy would it be if the first rapper to really make it out of Alabama was a girl?
In 2021, not that crazy.
In 2021, not that crazy. But
But in the grand scheme of things, that's
in the grand scheme of things, after Yellow Wolf, after Rich Boy, after Attitude, who is, all three of them. I mean, it's not like either any of them were not good artists. I want to shout out Pasa, who is on I think it's a game. He's from Mobile. Like I've seen a lot of rappers try to come out of Birmingham. There was a Dobie, right? That was his name.
yeah, he who passed away.
Yeah, and Dobie obviously, had his opportunity cut short. But like Flo Milli, like very
Ho,
quietly just
why's
kind
you
of popped
here?
up.
Still
Huh?
my favorite mixtape title ever.
Who?
Ho, why's you
Ho,
here?
why is you here? And it is a sentiment that
Yes.
any girl who grew up in the South understands, because it has been numerous times where somebody, baby mother, has texted your phone, some broad at school just ran up on you for nothing, and in your head or out of your mouth, you instantly say or think, Ho, why is you here? Why is this even happening? I look at the internet and wonder why hoes is here regularly. Uh,
Now you
but
too.
she very quietly came in and started making some noise, and I'm very excited for her continued growth. But this Rich the Kid song, "Nasty," featuring Flo Milli and Mulatto and somebody else. A lot of people. It's a long song.
Ruby
I could have
Rose.
lived without. Huh?
Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose.
Yes.
Who I also enjoy. I enjoy the girls. Like I'm really enjoying
I
this
just,
girl rap
I
era.
mean, it was. I mean, I listened to it again. It's a solid song. Even Rich the Kid, I think it was a good song. I would tell other folks to go give
Maybe
it
I
a
just
whirl.
wasn't prepared for my ears to be assaulted the way that they were.
No,
Kind of like
maybe,
how the busted challenges went left this week.
bruh.
Y'all.
I just okay. So I want to talk to the media real quick, especially. I just want to talk to the media. I understand that. I understand how clicks work. I understand how SEO works. I understand that the goal is to get the most popular person that you can find and put their name in the headlines. With that being said, Jordan Woods' busted challenge was trash comparatively. Okay. They hyped this shit up like it was about to be the greatest thing ever. Oh my God. Jordan Woods owns the busted challenge. Man, that shit was light. Reggie. It was Reggie.
The comments were very, very sad.
Because it was just like, okay, first of all, thank you, Jordan Woods. I appreciate it. But they hyped you up. And that's why you're losing. Because, once again, I get it. Her name's in the tabloids. She's Ariana Grande adjacent. She's got the click. They come with saying her name. But come on. Y'all could have just showed me Chloe again.
Speaking of which, when you search Chloe Bailey, it still comes up child actor. Chloe Bailey was born in 1998. She's 22. She's of age. But men in your 40s, just like, let's not get too excited about how excited we're getting about this. Because it's a
Listen,
little weird. It's a little weird.
listen.
It's a little weird. You don't think so? Well, of course you don't, because you're a man of that age.
I mean, listen. It and let's just okay. We're adults. If you're watching an adult film, are you watching are you watching adult films that are 40 years old if you're 40? I'm just saying I get it, but we're adults. And there's a difference between approaching someone for a relationship or, ogling over somebody just because you can, and being a damn man and seeing some ass and titties, and understanding that those are ass and titties.
No, 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 I get it.
So that's where, it gets kind of weird because we shouldn't do that to anybody, men, women, whatever. Because women ogle young men all the time. Okay, I gotta listen to people talk about
Guilty.
cum gutters and all kind of shit that I never knew was a thing until I heard somebody who's older than me say it, and I had to ask, "What are
Guilty.
those?" So
I've had to remind myself that people were,
we're
a
gonna
little too young
we're
for
gonna
me to be having this conversation.
hey, I mean, if you think so, I mean, there's 70-year-olds that are married to 30-year-olds.
Yes, this is what I've heard.
Listen,
I've heard that Tina
if
Turner would approve.
if you are an
Um,
adult,
I'm fascinated by just the fact that Chloe Haley has clearly been trying to tell motherfuckers that she's tired of being seen as a little kid. She been trying to tell
see,
them,
listen,
and they're
listen.
clearly not listening. And so she said, "Look, you know what I'm gonna
Look,
do."
we hear you, okay? And in comparison to poor Ariana Grande, who keeps trying to tell us that she's grown up, I'm
And
gonna
we're like,
keep.
"Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna.
are you?
You're not grown up.
But are you?"
You're still a little kid.
Oh, Ariana, here, here. You want a Lunchable?
Nice ponytail.
You want a Lunchable?
Juice box.
Ain't nobody giving Chloe no damn Lunchables. They're giving her charcuterie boards.
Oh man, what was them joints? Remember the juices that came in the plastic bottle? You twisted the top off and you
Yup.
like squeeze those joints.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
you
remember
had one of
those.
those.
Ariana's gonna make pass, but I'm
It was
just
a
fascinated
lunchbox.
because like every time, Chloe and Haley did a live performance. I want to say for Verizon in the fall, and I saw
Yes.
it there. Then she did the busted challenge. Now she did that silhouette challenge, and I'm like, Chloe has clearly been trying to tell the management team that she not 12 no more.
I just need I need and once again,
And
and
wait, real quick, I want them to listen to her before she takes it too far, trying to prove a point.
I
Taking it
mean,
too far, trying to prove a point is what was, is what ended up being the demise of like, not demise, but a lot of the like cringy moments of like Disney stars.
so I'm okay. I'm all about freedom of expression, right? Not even for my personal enjoyment or whatever. We need to stop policing people. We need to
For
let
real.
people get out there and enjoy themselves and do whatever. That's why those moments get cringy because we live in a suppressive society where we like slapping labels, we like telling people what they should do. You're too old for this. Why are you still watching cartoons? You're too old to do that. You're too young to do this. Being too young is the only thing you should be.
So you saying that the shit don't really be cringy, that we're judgy?
Yes.
Like you've never seen nothing that was cringy?
I've seen people do cringy shit, but it wasn't because of these things that we're talking about. It's because the shit just was corny or it was cringy.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
That's what I'm
I
talking about. Like I'm
I
all
think,
for, like, listen, I'm looking at her and like I said, my thing is let her fly. She's
but
clearly arrived at where she wants to be at
this is their
22, and
creative
like she's
direction.
fucking 22.
What we've seen we've seen child stars grow up. We've seen lots of them. Britney
Mhm.
Spears, Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake. The list goes on. Especially from Disney, especially from Kids Incorporated. We've seen them all do it. We're just gonna keep seeing these kids do it too.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna work for all of them. All of
But
them.
all, no, no, no. All I'm saying is that a lot of times what ends up happening is that the people who are behind the scenes of their careers don't want to accept when that child actor, child singer, child talent has matured and has reached
Oh
a
no,
point where
I
they
get it.
can
I get
mature,
it.
and
But
they should be able to do that because that's what their fans are doing. And I think that that was a really big part of the success of Chloe and Haley's last album,
right.
is that by them being, and we talked about it when the album came out, that
Mm-hmm.
by them being on Grownish, it moved them out of this, oh, look at these cute little girls, to like, okay, they're
Right, right.
college aged.
Well, also there's there's the dynamic between her and her sister, right? Um, Folks want them to be whatever it is they want them to be as a package. Chloe is clearly doing something that Haley's not doing right now, but that doesn't mean that one doesn't support the other and they're not still just as much what they are. Haley is doing the Lion King. I mean, what she's doing,
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid, right? So
Hmm.
she's focused on that. That's cool. Chloe's focused on what she's doing. That's cool. The internet chatter is it's annoying because it's like y'all don't know these people.
You
Y'all
don't
don't
know these
know them. You don't
people.
know their situation. You don't know what's going on at their house. You don't know what's going on with their like. It just it's the speculation that really is annoying because it becomes this louder noise and this buzz and buzz and buzz, and that's why shit gets weird. Because we got to remember that celebrities are people, and a collective group of people telling you what you should be doing with your life. That's the shit that's cringy.
Right.
That's that. I mean, and the other thing could be cringy too, but that's the real cringy part that's been going on the last couple weeks is the people trying to making comments as if they know them and saying that there's some kind of divide or Chloe's off doing this and Haley's doing that. Like, bro, they're
It's
sisters.
fine.
They good.
They're not twins. They're not even if they were twins, they're not the same person.
Right,
They're
exactly.
literally two different people. Like it's not like they're all their alter ego or like they're like split personalities of the same person. And she's waking up one day and doing one thing, and then waking up the next day and doing something else. Like it's literally two different people. Um. Where were we with this? We were talking about music.
We were talking about
The
yes,
song by Rich the Kid.
yes.
Okay,
So we're done
nasty.
with that one. We can slide on to the next one.
BRS Cash, the Throat Baby guy, has
Throw
a whole
baby
album
guy.
out.
Yeah. And he,
I
he
listened to it.
dropped
It's
the
called Cash Only.
he dropped a video for Throw Baby. He dropped a remix with
City
Mulatto.
Girls
City Girls.
and
There's a
The
couple
Baby.
people. Yes.
Yes.
Um, I don't know if this one does it for me.
Oh, everybody was like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing ever." City Girls killed it.
No, not the remix. The follow up song, Cash
Oh,
App.
so yeah, he has a new song called Cash App
Yeah, and I don't know.
featuring Mulatto.
Um,
I enjoy Mulatto. I was here for her verse. The song itself, like the hook, is something to the effect of "What's your Cash App? I'll send whatever you want to see that ass clap" or some shit like that.
which cool. I just I don't know. And I think we thought that this would be the problem when you come out of nowhere with a song, and it does what Throat Baby's done. You know, and we don't have no more tape on you because I've never heard of this guy. I looked him up, couldn't find anything prior to Throw Baby. I couldn't find any other music. So this is the thing we've been anticipating your follow up single, and this is the follow up single, and it falls flat for me.
Especially because there was at least one other song on the album. Don't give me the line and tell you what they're called, because the album was definitely like I listened to it, um, and it was like I didn't run and turn it off.
Right? No, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but
He's I mean
like it was
he's
definitely at least one other song on there that would have been a better follow up than this Cash App song for sure.
absolutely. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to not be a one hit wonder, and I don't know if he's got enough club bops because that's
Hey
who he's going
man,
to
hip
be.
hop needs one hit wonders. One hit wonders have given us so much.
Absolutely, I'm not
One hit
opposed to it, but
wonders
I'm sure
gave
he is.
us racks on racks on racks. One hit wonders gave us cashing out.
Mm.
One hit wonders gave us well, can we really say just a friend? Can we say Bismarcky was a one? No, he had at
No,
least two hits.
he had lots of
I'm,
stuff.
I'm sorry, my bad, my bad. I wasn't here. Didn't speak English. Sorry. And
She keep using
VH1
that as
was
an
not
excuse,
as
y'all.
kind as they are now, huh?
I said she keep using that as an excuse. We not. That's the last time we're gonna accept that.
Why? Because I've been here for 30 years. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me last year when I turned 40, but it dawned on me this year when I turned 41. Like, fuck, bro, I've been an adult for half of my life.
Yeah. How about that?
Wow.
You have been an adult half your life,
half my life. It's crazy.
and you still
Um,
look good.
but anyway, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
But yeah, like one hit wonders have given us not even just in hip hop, like one hit wonders have been amazing for just society and
Absolutely.
music. Everybody can't be a artist that's gonna give us multiple albums and have us coming back.
I hope he invests the money that he makes off that song. Because that song's gonna depend
Oh
on the
man, if
kid.
outside was open, he would have been getting all the club dates.
Oh,
All the
absolutely.
club
Just doing
dates.
that one song.
Oh, BRS Cash, I feel so bad for you. Cause Michael Montana did it one year, man, off of just that Do It song. They ain't even have follow-up song to perform. So
Yeah.
unfortunate.
So even though y'all think that the Double A said happy birthday.
Thank
Um,
you, Double
even though that y'all think Atlanta's wide open, the clubs are still at about 50 to 60% capacity. So
So Young Thug just teased that a new project might be dropping on Friday.
am I
Huh?
am I here for Thug again?
I just heard somebody's new song feature, a newish song featuring Young Thug, and was reminded of the fact that I used to hate Young Thug with a passion. And he just, really proved to be a much more talented artist than a lot of us had expected him to turn out to be. So
Oh no, Thug is fire. It's just he just be saying dumb shit.
who don't?
Saying
Oh, which reminds me, Fat Joe also dropped the single that we listened to.
he did, yes, with Rihanna,
He said some
with
dumb shit.
with Rihanna.
With Rihanna, and I'm always here for, yeah, I love Rihanna. Yo, speaking of which, um, are you sure? It says Fat Joe DJ Khaled Amorphous.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, you were watching the video. I wasn't. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I was listening to the song "If It's Loving That You Want," and I almost got offended for my girl Rihanna at how they tried to play her with that basic ass beat and the lack of vocal production.
So actually, it's a
Considering what Rihanna ended up being, one, B, considering what Rihanna has given us in terms of Caribbean influence bops in her later years, they played the fuck out of her with that song as a single.
which one?
If It's Loving That You Want,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was listening to it. I was like, what is this beat? I almost tweeted that and I was like, I don't know who produced it. Let me just not, disrespect nobody.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so let's talk about this Fat Joe record real quick. It's called Sunshine, the Light. There's a video out with a well planted Diddy cameo, and I'm always here for shit talking Diddy.
Diddy Khaled.
Diddy, Khaled, I don't know who Amorphous is, and Fat Joe, but I like it. If outside was open, we would probably hear it a lot.
Shout out to two Chains at the Hawks game getting both KD and Kyrie's jerseys
Nice, nice, nice.
during COVID. Now, mind you, they
During
would not
COVID.
let Kyrie hug another player, but he can give Two Chains his jersey.
His actual jersey that he actually just breathed and
Yes.
sweated in.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, man. I feel like in COVID, and I'm gonna say this: I had to work an event for Uptown Car Club, which is social club that I manage. We had an event. I haven't been outside for real in like all year, right? And a lot of my brothers, like people that I really consider like family, were there. And I didn't think about the number of hugs that I gave out until after the fact. Like my mask was on the whole time, and it was like a good N95. Like my whole face was covered, and then I wear glasses, like really. But I definitely gave hugs. I think that we're just kind of in a space now where people are people are just like forgetting sometimes. I think like